Hare Madam Rama Hare. So by the mercy of Sri Guru and Gauranga and by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudeva and previous acharyas, until we have chance to hear something that we are continuing before about unearthers, especially our acharyas like Bhakti Vinod Thakur, especially Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Always he is writing on Western, especially Tattva and also essence of all Shastras. Therefore, our acharyas awarded him as seventh Goswami. Just like we are hearing before, how he compared all these demons as a unearther in Braja Bhajan. So in Dwaraka, there are also many demons before when Krishna was there. These unearthers for karmis. This is Bhakti Vinod Thakur's opinion. According to his opinion, the karmis, those are karmis even in their life. So many unearthers are there, hindrance are there. These unearthers are compared to comparing demons. These unearthers are comparing to the demons staying in Mathura, sorry, in Dwaraka. For Gyanis, the impediments are the unearthers. According to the opinion of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, the demons, those who are staying in Mathura. And in Braja, it is for devotees. Actually, the devotees who want Krishna Prem, who have no other desire than to please Guru and Krishna, to achieve Krishna Prem. For them, the demons within the Braja, they are always creating problems for Krishna and also as well as for devotee. Krishna and Krishna Sakha and Brajavasis. All the impediments before we already discussed, the unearthers. Actually, if we will become serious, then it creates problem for pure bhakti and also as well as it creates problem for Vaishnava offense. Yes. Vishnu and Vaishnava. No one can say, okay, I am performing Krishna bhajan, so I don't care about Vaishnavas. No, this is not possible. Krishna will never praise. Like king means king's minister is there, associates are there. So Krishna means Krishna's devotees are there. So these unearthers we are discussing before, how scientifically Bhakti Vinod Thakur comparing all the unearthers with the demons. And one should become very serious to kick out all these demons, but the unearthers. According to Bhakti Vinod Thakur, these unearthers we can eradicate by two ways. One, by our personal endeavor, we have to try, like in Bhagavad Gita. Like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Jai Satru Mahabahu Kama Rupa Darasatam. Arjuna, this loss, anger, greed, all these things are coming due to mood of passion. But Jai Satru Mahabahu Kama Rupa Darasatam. This is your duty to control it. Although sometimes it looks like very contradictory. Shastra, therefore, only we can understand Shastra through vision of sadhu, Tattvacharyas. Here in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, Jai Satru Mahabahu Kamarupa Durasadam. Arjun, you should defeat or you should kill this lost anger, those are coming out of passion. But Bhakti Vinod Thakur said it different. In his Gopinath Bhajan, he said, no. Gopinath, I don't have power. Ami to Kamera Dasa. So I try my best to control my senses. I try my best to control my mind, but I fail. You are my only hope. Sometimes Krishna instructing us, you have to do these things. You have to control your senses. You have to control your mind. You have to control your, you can say, the how can I say, like a so many principles we have to follow. So you have to follow all these principles. This is instruction of Shastra, but actually our acharyas sometimes they are very scrutinizedly discussed, and they are Mahapurush one man, they know this is not possible for a conditioned soul. It's like controlling loss, controlling anger. Everyone knows this is not good. I have to control, but they are unable to do it. But Krishna in Bhagavad Gita he said, no, you have to control it. Kama Jahi Satru Mahabahu. You can see this word, Jahi, Jahi means you have to kill. No, lost is killing us. How can we don't have power to kill lost? Anger is killing us, greed is killing us. They're so powerful. But Krishna instructing, no. Krishna instructing in one, you have to control it. But Acharya Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, no, this is not possible for me. Krishna, you have to help me. Yeah, this is, therefore Acharya's mood is, we can say this is very mature and perfect mood. If someone wants to cultivate Krishna consciousness, you have to follow Acharya's mood, not Krishna's mood. Because Krishna is in absolute platform stage. So when he used to preach, he preached according to his standard. But we cannot follow. We cannot follow. Krishna said, Sarvadharman paritejam amekam saranam braja. Very easy for Krishna. It is not easy for us. We are give up eating. We are unable to give up eating, sleeping. Even the principles of body, the bodily principles, we are unable to control. So how to give up all sort of religions? Krishna said it because he is in absolute platform. He just said, no, you should give up immediately. But our Acharya said, no, this is not possible. Like Gurudeva said, no, if you don't have love, you cannot surrender. And we are performing sadhana, we are performing all our spiritual activities for praying. But Krishna said, no, first you give up all religion and surrender unto me. This is not possible for us. Therefore, we are discussing on that point. We have to scrutinizingly study, or even we study, we cannot assuming or we cannot capture the mood of acharyas. Therefore, we are serving like Emmanuel servant, praying. How can I know your mood? For bhajan, acharya's mood is very helpful. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur. They said, oh, we are chanting. This is good. We are completing our rounds. We are reading Bhagavatam. We are preaching. That is good. We are performing Harinam. But what should be our mood? For releasing this Krishna Bhakti, that is Acharya's mood. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, no, it is not possible for me to kick out all unearths. Lost, anger, greed, anything. And last he said, no, even I don't have power. I don't think that in this life or in many lives I can return back to Godhead. It's not possible for me. It is up to you. Actually, this is conclusion of, not conclusion, that is secret of acharyas. Like we are discussing in Pune in Hindi. Many principles are there in Bhakti Yoga, but unalloyed surrenderness, Krishna, I am yours. Without you, I don't have anything. That should be that is our property. Sanatana Goswami said, only by this mood only you can get perfection. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and stressed on only holy name. Holy name means holy name. Through holy name, we have to learn how to surrender. Other things are very difficult for us. Practically, we are like layman, paralyzed person. We are paralyzed. Materially, we are paralyzed. Spiritually, we are paralyzed. Material also working hard, not easy to gratify senses. And spiritually, we are like paralyzed. We don't have strength, we don't have purification. To whom we will blame? Whether we will blame to society, to father or mother, to ourselves, to our karma. Therefore, better Mahaprabhu knows. That Mahaprabhu knows very well, and Mahaprabhu's devotees, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he always stress on Saranagati. Therefore, his famous bhajans you can find in Saranagati. I am not a qualified person, but anyhow, you brought me to Krishna consciousness. By your blessings, I came to Krishna consciousness. My father was not a devotee, my relative was not a devotee, my village men, they are not devotees. How I became devotees? By your words. Now it is your duty. How to protect me? How can I get protection? It is up to you. But I will follow. I will try my best. This is surrenderness. I came to that point, you see, like the anarthas we are discussing, sometimes it is something we'll try. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said there is two parts. Sadhakas, those are performing sadhana, devotees, they will try their best for some anarthas. And others, they have to depend on Krishna. They depend on Krishna's mercy. Then someone may say, please, you categorize which anartha we'll try to kick out, and which anarthas we have to depend on Krishna. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that Krishna will help you. If you pray, then Krishna will give pure intelligence. And you can know, oh, this is impossible for me. I cannot do these things. Krishna, I want your help. So if in sum and substance, if you discuss, our procedure is like, even we are capable to conquer some things, conquer some anarthas, or kick out anarthas, or eradicate anarthas, still we don't believe on our strength. We are always dependent. Because up to prem, still fear is there. Although there is different stages, how to conquer all these anarthas, in which anarthas you can conquer in which stages. Although Vishnu Chakravarti mentioned all these things, still everything complete active in prem. So up to prem, up to bhav means mature stage, still fear is there for a sadhak. Therefore, he never used to think that I am perfect. They're always in praying mood, humble mood. Although he's serving everyone, appreciating, still he's always surrender at the feet of Guru and Krishna. You don't think anything is very, how can you say, like my English is not good, please excuse me. Lightly, you should not take any anarthas. Nothing is light for us. Everything is heavy for us. Because we are not so strong, like who said, Prabhupada Saraswati said, in a sadhaka. Many sadhaks are there, very qualified sadhaks. But I am hina. In all respect, I am very fallen. I cannot do all these things. This is not possible for me, Krishna actually. And it is not possible for me, Gurudeva actually. And I don't know how I come to Krishna consciousness. You know. So better you help me. This should be our mood. This should be our mood. For us, actually, if you calculate very scrutinizedly, you can see nothing is easy for us, easy task for us. Nothing easy task. Eating, sleeping, mating, depending, protecting, surrenderness, confidence, unflinching faith. Nothing is easy for us. Everything is challenge. So better, after hearing all these anarthas, we have to always pray. With a humble mood. This is our prayer. Krishna, unless you help me, Acharyas, unless you help me, I will become helpless. So we are discussing, I don't know which anarthas.
We had the last anartha was Pralamba Sur Guru Maharaj, the 12th anartha. Now we can, I think, Keshi. 13th demon.
Karmana Phalamanyusi Devendradi Prapujayam Prayodosatmaka Dosa Varjaniya Prayatnataha. 13 anarthas is comparing. Even here, how subtly They scrutinized everything. You see, he compare all demons as anarthas. Now he comparing Indras also as anarthas. Indra create. Indra came and created a problem for Krishna. Krishna's pleasure. And Vaishnavas, create disturbances for Brajavasis, for Krishna. So Indra's mood of Indra is also anartha. Indra is also anartha. He is comparing Indra's mood is also anartha. We have to kick out Indra's mood. So what is Indra's mood? So why Indra, especially why Bhaktivinoda Thakur accept Indra as anartha? That means Brajavasis have desire also to get some result by worshipping demigods. And demigods have, Indra have also desire. Let my devotees worship me. So now he is thinking this, he just have them scientifically he just discussing. So those are worshipping Lord Krishna, they should not worship other demigods. Yes, they should not worship other. But worshipping is different. Disrespect is different. Sometimes we are not worshipping, but where is harm if you give respect to demigods? In Bhagavad Gita, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna said to Uddhava, you have to pay obeisance to dog. Pranama dandavad bhumo asu chandala bhukharam. To donkey, to dog, to cow, to human, you have to pay obeisances. You have to give respect. Then what is the problem if you give respect to demigods? But we should not worship. We should not worship. Then someone can say, okay, many previous acharyas, they are also worshiping demigods. We cannot imitate acharyas. Always we have like gopis, they are worshiping Gopishwar Mahadev. Many acharyas, they have their heavenly deities. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur introduced Shivjis in every Gaudiya Math. Mostly when he established Gaudiya Math, he used to establish Shiv temple there. So their vision is different. Acharyas sometimes we can say they are manifestation of Krishna, and for present situation, the souls present in this material world, for them, which principle is applicable, that manifested to acharyas. That you cannot find in Shastra. If you see Shastra, compare Shastra to Acharya's teaching, so you will be confused. Therefore, in a sampradaya, always you see disagreement. Like those are staying in Vrindavan, like Babaji's, they're always criticizing Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Why they're criticizing? They're accepting up to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. No, yes, Gurudeva Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So why? Because they want to judge the acharyas by Shastra. No, this is not possible. Especially the empowered acharyas, they were empowered by Mahaprabhu, and actually Krishna manifested the positions, you can say the adhikars, the qualifications of the present soul within the universe. For them, which principle is applicable from Shastra, it manifests to acharyas. Krishna manifests. So if you compare these things with, if you compare Acharya's teaching with Shastra, always you can find gap. Therefore, in every sampradaya they are criticizing. Oh, ISKCON is doing like that. ISKCON is criticizing someone. Everyone is. This is not our job. Like when Prabhupada gave straight Krishna, Hare Krishna. His Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur established Shiv temple everywhere, but Prabhupada said no Krishna. Prabhupada never said you should worship anyone. And this is also Shastra conclusion. Anya abhilasa chade jnana karma parihari. This is Narottam Das Thakur's. Kaya mane karibe bhajan. So give up all the other desires in your mind, in your word, always perform Krishna bhajan. Sadhu sange Krishna seva, na pujibo devi deva, ei bhakti parama kara. This is Prem Bhakti Chandrika. Sadhu sange Krishna seva. We can get all the results only by associating with sadhu and Krishna seva. Na pujibo devi deva. Narottam Das strictly said no, no necessary to worship demigod. So one may ask question, what is problem? We can pray to some demigods, please have mercy so that I can serve Krishna. No. Why Acharya is not introduced? Because they knows we have some desire. When we will be in problem, we will be in stress or in severe problem, we will pray to demigod, just fulfill my desire. Because our faith is not so strong. So here, Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioning, this is 13th hindrance, anartha, like Indra. They want to worship, and also Nanda Maharaj and all Brajvasi, they want to worship Indra. This is 13th. And Krishna himself also in Bhagavad Gita said, Kamastiste hute jnana, prabodante anna devata. Those have other desires, they used to worship demigods. Antavattum phalavati tadhavati alpamedasam. The demigods, the result, whatever demigods gives, that is like very less, you can say. Yeah. So there is no need to worship some demigods. But don't disrespect. They are Vaishnavas. As we are worshipping Vaishnavas, giving respect to Vaishnavas, we are not worshipping all Vaishnavas. In mind, we are giving respect, we are paying obeisances like Vanchakalpataru. Such like demigods. Whenever we saw some, we can pay obeisances. When we saw more, we can obeisances. When we are going, we saw some demigod, pay obeisances. They are not disrespecting. In Vaishnavism, there is no question of disrespect. Disagreement, disrespect is not our principle. We don't like something, that is up to, we don't like, it doesn't mean hatred nature should come. Hatred nature should come. Envious nature should come. Enmity should come. This is not good for our spiritual life. Demigods are not our enemies. Always we are criticizing demigods, this they are doing like that. Those are worshipping also demigods. No, we should not criticize them. Nabudhi Veda Janaya. You cannot create some disturbance. So this is 13 anarthas. So we have to very carefully, we have to hear and also study Shastras. Why Shastra said like that? And like Karma Kanda. Even Acharya statement, I can show you where are the controversies. Like you see, among 10 offenses, one offense is there. Sorry, among Acharyas, you see, among Acharyas. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary, Madhurya Kadambini, Aishwarya Kadambini or Madhurya Kadambini, in one commentary said, Karma Kanda is more merciful. Why? Because Karma Kanda, at least giving some sukrutis to these people, those are karmis. For bhakti, we have sukrutis, we are coming to Krishna consciousness. But what will happen to those persons? Those are always eating the flesh, you can say flesh, fish, drinking, smoking. What will happen to them? So at least this karma kanda is coming to Sikrutis. For their marriage festival, they are inviting some Vaishnavas or Brahmans, performing some Jagya, opening a new house. Even they are opening shop, even some, some festivals, they are going to temple, paying obeisances. So according to vision of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Karma Kanda is sometimes more merciful because at least Karma Kanda is showering mercy to fallen souls. So we cannot criticize Karma Kanda things. We will not follow, but we will not criticize. But Narottam Das Thakur, when he wrote down about Karma Kanda, he said no, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Kevala Visara Bhanda, Amruta Ulya Jevaka. Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda, just like Visara Bhanda. That is you can say poison pot. And if someone thinking this is nectar and he's drinking, he'll go to hell. सदा जमी नाना जुनी सदा फिरे कदर्ज्य भक्षण करे तार जन्म अधोपाते जा. He will fall down, he will go to different spaces, and he just like eating poison. If someone is following karma kanda and jnana kanda, it is a poison pot. But Vishwanath Thakur said no, karma kanda is merciful. So why Narottam Thakur said? Because he was describing Prem Bhakti. This is Prem Bhakti Chandrika. So for a devotee whose ambition is Krishna Prem, for them Karma Kanda Jnana Kanda, if feel Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda, it's just like a pot of poison, you can say. For them, not for ordinary persons. So when we are reading, when we are preaching, we have to understand the mood of acharyas. Otherwise, we will commit offense. According to Prem, or comparing with Prem, Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda, but it does not mean we will protest Karma Kandi, Jnana Kandi. No. Preaching is different. When we are preaching, we want to establish Krishna. Therefore, at that time we want to defeat Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda. We want to establish philosophy. But this Karma Kanda also written by Vyasdev. Jnana Kanda also written by Vyasdev. Bhakti also written by Vyasdev. So many variety of people are there. For them, he want to serve mercy, sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. He want to serve mercy, therefore he introduced different systems. We cannot criticize, but we will not follow. These are the principles. So we are discussing on 13th anarthas. We should not disrespect to demigods. Mostly when we are preaching, and all over the world, I saw many devotees, they are always criticizing. They're just, when they're even showing demigods, they're not paying obeisances. No, it's not good. It's not good. I can give you an example how even Vaishnavas they are worshipping demigods. Like Raghunath Goswami. His father, he was a Vaishnava, but still he was worshipping Durga. They are worshipping Durga. Please, you are like Maya Devi, you are like custodian here. Please, you release me. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's here in Choti. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's father, Krishna Saranada and others. They have Durga Mandap. They are worshipping. But we have to follow acharyas. What Guru said, Acharya said, we just follow. But don't disrespect. Jatha jatha anna deva parive darshan, Krishna dasa bolitare parive bandha, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. Whenever you saw any demigods, just pay obeisances. You are Krishna's das. You are Krishna's das. Please just have mercy to me so that I can serve Krishna. Giving respect to everyone, whoever he may be. You don't like someone, that is different things. That is different things. But we cannot see someone, we cannot see others always in I can say, like enmity vision. This is very harmful in Krishna. You don't like something, pay obeisance, keep distance. But don't keep this enmity mentality in your mind. Dvesh bhav, it is called in Sanskrit, dvesh bhav. That is very difficult to give up. Very difficult to give up. Even to advance in Krishna consciousness. But still, you see, many saintly persons like Shukracharya, Brahaspati, they're not ordinary persons. They never, whenever Krishna used to instruct someone, he used to recite or give reference from Shukracharya's words. Shukracharya's instructions. That both are very learned. But you can see only someone became guru of demon and someone became guru of demigods only due to the enmity. When the enmity mood is there, this bhav is there, very difficult to perform Krishna bhajan. Even when you perform bhajan, you cannot think Krishna. This enmity mood, attracted nature, this it will prominent. You know, we came to this material world only for this attachment and attractiveness. So you have to become very careful. And the demigods, they are Vaishnavas. So the Bhakti Thakur, he was mentioning in 13th offense, 13th hindrance for anarthas, one should not worship other demigods for some reason. Krishna is able to give everything. The supreme personality of God. But we should not, like Karmi, there is a saying in Oriya, when people was a heavy flood is there. Suppose heavy flood is there, if people just fall down within the river, and he's swimming, he's trying, but he want to cross over this waves coming due to heavy flood, and he is unable to do it. So anything when you are swimming, he may be drowned within the mid of the river. So anything he found out, even small dry things is coming, a straw is coming. There is a saying, a person who is drowning within the river, he wants shelter of a straw. Straw cannot save, but he wants. This is the nature of, you can say, this material world or for a conditioned soul. When you feel helpless, you can take shelter of anyone. So therefore, Acharya said, no, you want to take shelter of Krishna. Whenever problem will come, whenever something will come, immediately we will take shelter. So if a person within the mid river, heavy waves are coming, full of water, still you have faith. Maybe this straw will save me. No straw, no power to save you. But he's helpless. So our Acharya is there, said, no, always depend on Krishna. So whenever you want to worship demigod, so they are the part and parcel of Krishna. In this mood, you have to pay obeisances, you have to worship. Otherwise, better just worship Krishna. But don't disrespect them. And put in the anartha. Surjanrutamaya dosa vyamasura sarupakam sarupakaha Sri Krishna prati paryapto naranam pratibandakaha. The 14th, for Krishna's pleasure, if someone wants Krishna's pleasure or want to develop Krishna prem, for him, you have to give up this 14th hindrance. This is like Bhyamasur. You know Bhyamasur, how he came and he created disturbances among gopis. Christmas they are playing Bhyamasur. This Guha, this cave is there, Bhyamasur. Balaram wants to kill him. He created hindrance in Krishna's pleasure. So what is Bhyamasur? 14th. Like sometimes you want to take someone's property. We are not, we are Vaishnavas, we are not thief, but sometimes we are borrowing something from others and we are not paying. These are also anarthas. Even Jiva Goswami mentioned one, I was reading one anartha. Oh, suppose I have a book, I have a like Bhagavatam books, and you said, please, Maharaj, give me my Bhagavatam books. I want to read and I will return. You took my books, but you are not returning. I also forgot where is my book. But when suppose I give you long time before, now I want to read, and I am searching whole day, where is my Bhagavatam? Where is my Bhagavatam? but you are keeping and not returning me. Jiva Goswami said this is also offense because all day you are creating problem for a Vaishnava. You borrow something and you are not returning. You are not returning book. This is like a thief mentality. This is like Bhyamasura. Bhyamasura is like a thief. Yes. And second, speaking lie. Those are always speaking lie. For them, actually, they are the burden of this material. And they are burden to this Mother Earth. Nahi asatyat paro vadharmaha. Bali Maharaj said to Sukacharya. Oh, Sukacharya, you are my guru, but you are now advising me to speak lie. No, that I cannot. Untruth, I cannot speak. Because this is in Puran. Immediately Bali Maharaj referred to Puran. The Puran said, Mother Earth say always speaking lie. Speaking lie. Those are always speaking lie. They are the real burden of this Mother Earth. They are my burden, Mother Earth said. They are my big burdens. And especially we are wearing Tulsi Mala. Some cases are there where you have to speak lie. You speak lie in some cases for Krishna Bhakti. That is allowed. And if you are in proper stage, then otherwise, if you say, oh, I am doing everything for Krishna Bhakti, then I can speak lie. No, this is not good also. No. Sometimes that intelligence will come from Krishna. That intelligence will come from Krishna. Yeah. Very difficult now. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur always used to say, especially those that are staying in ashram, those are devotees, they should always try to speak truth because Krishna is always truth. Krishna's one name is Satya. Satya Vratam, Satya Param, Satyam, Satya. Krishna's one name is Satya. If someone is always speaking lie, this is like Brahmastra, this is Anartha. More you speak lie, more you become crooked. Yeah. Crooked. Like crooked police. There is in English, in Uriya, we used to say crooked police. There was crooked police because they're always speaking lie. There is a saying in Uriya, if you speak truth, then it finishes. It may give strength to others, finish, one statement. But if you speak lie, then you have to speak 100 statements, but still you cannot prove it as true. But nowadays it's very difficult. People are so crooked. You have to always deal with crooked persons. Even devotees, fed up. We are wearing Tulsi Mala, we are chanting Hare Krishna. Okay, we are not advanced devotees. We are not acharyas, but at least be honest. You should not speak lie or like a cheater, like duplicitous. It's not good at all. It's not humanity. But what to speak of Vaishnavism? Speaking always lie. It's not good. Well, if you think, okay, I'm speaking, although it is sometimes very hard to speak truth. Satyam Priyam, Priyam Priyam. Like Nitikar said, moral instructor said, you have to speak truth and also you have to speak Priya, which is palatable. But unpalatable truth, it is very difficult to speak. But Gurudeva said, no, in spiritual level, you can speak unpalatable truth. But be careful, who can speak unpalatable truth? If you speak unpalatable truth, immediately reaction will come. If you are capable to counteract this reaction, then you may speak unpalatable truth. Otherwise, you will face so many problems. There is chance to give up your Guru Krishna Seva. So better when you are incapable, to face the problems, don't speak anything. Pray to Guru and Krishna. Then once you know this is happening here, what I can say. Just I have to tell them. Like Vidur. Vidur spoke unpalatable truth. Therefore, even in front of everyone, Duryodhana chastised. Oh, you are mad servant son. We are feeding you. You are nothing. You are like mad servant son. You are like a servant. You are like a dog. But he always used to speak. Vidura always used to speak unpalatable truth. But he has such power where he said, insult, Duryodhana insult him. Like dog, like anything. He left. He went to Paris. But he found out Maitreya Rishi. But you see, both are Mahajanas. Vidur is a dear devotee. Kirijana Mahajan, Pitama Bhisma. He is Mahajan. But he was not speaking unpalatable truth. He was not speaking on that because he was in managerial level. He wanted to set up. Because he already promised to his father, I want to set up this kingdom, Bharat kingdom. For this achievement, he is tolerating everything. He is not speaking unpalatable truth. Therefore, Vidur someday upset. He said, oh, you are compromising, but I cannot compromise. No, he's not compromising, but he's Mahajan. He's Mahajan. Your position is different, Vidur. His position is different. He's a devotee, but sometimes he already promised to his father. And he was Ganga's son, and he's born in the same dynasty as you were. But you have a responsible. Sometimes responsible persons. Oh, when big burden is there, if they know everything, still they are tolerating everything, not speaking unpalatable truth. But those are Mahajanas, those are empowered souls. They have power to counteract all these reactions. To establish Siddhantas, to establish Krishna Bhakti, they used to say unpalatable truth. And if actually we are not truthful, if we are always not using truthful, I can say in our dealings we are not truthful, even in some point you are saying palatable truth. In some point, you are defeating others, you are speaking palatable truth, unpalatable truth. But also in some point, we are not right. You are not right. So who can speak unpalatable truth? Who is always in absolute stress, absolute platform? Now we are speaking unpalatable truth. Now after some days, another will speak against us also, unpalatable truth. Then what will happen? You can say, oh, I will speak unpalatable truth. Okay? You are speaking unpalatable truth to someone, then that person after a few days, he will speak unpalatable truth about you, about your faults. We cannot counter the reactions. So we have to speak truth. But unpalatable truth, like unpalatable truth, you have to understand, like a smoker is, suppose a drinker is there. He's drinking. But you can say, oh, you are a drunkard. So if you speak, you are a drunkard, he will not give up his drinking. But rather he will show his reactions. But you can speak in another way. Please don't just drink wine. This is not good for your health. You are losing your prestige. You are losing your money. You can speak in a different way. So we should not speak in such a way that it hurts others, even it is truth. We have to become very careful in our dealings, especially in Kali Yuga. So therefore, Vyamasura, like this is put in he was creating problem for Krishna's pleasure, creating obstacles in Krishna's pleasure. So all these things, like stealing something from devotees or from others, and speaking lie, these are the hindrance. Yes. In India, I don't know about West, in West courts, but in Indian courts, we have these systems. So now I don't know how much they are following, but before it was there. Now still there. In India, every court, there is Bhagavad Gita. Before they are touching Bhagavad Gita, they are touching Bhagavad Gita and they used to say, I am touching Bhagavad Gita, but I will speak truth. Now they are not touching, only saying, okay, in name of Bhagavad Gita I am saying. But still people are so nonsense. Oh, they are just, in name of Bhagavad Gita, they are speaking lie. Such a fallenness, people don't have faith. They're just touching Bhagavad Gita and speaking lie. So fallen now, even Indians. What to speak of others? Many devotee I saw, many devotee. Within 25 years I saw in many devotee. There's a simply cheaters. I'm not blaming, stealing others' money, cheating. They're performing kirtan, bhajan. You cannot recognize them. But there are such money-minded persons. They're just stealing others' money. They will take money, they will not return. They will cheat the devotees. So they are not actually devotees. They cannot advance in Krishna consciousness. All these anarthas, like these anarthas, worshipping demigods, that we can do it. Krishna cannot help. Krishna can help, but this is our duty. No, I will not take anyone's money, or I will not create a problem for others. I will not worship demigods. I don't have other desires. I have to give up other desires. I don't want liberation. That thing we can do. But other anarthas, those are very, you can say, very heavy for us to counteract it or to eradicate it. Then we have to pray to Guru and Krishna. And 15 anarthas, 15:1. Varunalaya samprapti nandasya chitamadakam varjaniyam sada sadvi vismrutyah mano yatah. So, Varunalaya samprapti nandasya chitamadakam. When Nanda Maharaj went to Varunalaya, at that time, he was captured in Varunalaya. Yes. So, Nanda, Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioned this word, Nanda. Nanda means who gives pleasure. Like we are conditioned soul. We have natural right and blissfulness. And whenever Nanda Maharaj went to Varunalaya, like, Nanda's pleasure, Varuna took away Nanda Maharaj. Sometimes devotee wants pleasure, but like Varuna, he become very deluded. Also, he have desire to see Krishna, but he deluded. And he just took away Nanda Maharaj so that Krishna will go there, he can see Krishna. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioning this is anartha. When we are in Krishna Bhakti, when we are preparing Krishna Bhakti, sometimes out of pleasure, we are confused. How he's describing, like, when we get some pleasure by preparing some bhakti, we become more, how can you say, like madhava, intoxicated more. Who I am most like a fortunate person. So I am performing bhakti, therefore Krishna is arranging everything for me, Guru is arranging everything for me. Sometimes Krishna is helping us, Guru is helping us to give some pleasure, but we should not be intoxicated with all these things. This is compared to Purnala. Pleasure when we are serving, when we are chanting, when we are performing kirtan, when seva, some pleasure will come. But we should not intoxicate. This is a problem. Therefore, devotee, Dhyan Karmi, sometimes devotee create one aparat, mostly. You know, that is Jiva aparat. Creating problems for other conditions first. Because sometimes devotee don't care others. His nature, his way of dealings. Yeah. He never care other living entities. This is not good attitude, actually. For a devotee, for a devotee, this is not good attitude. Krishna will not become happy. Oh, he's karmi, he's like that. Actually, this is not a vision of a devotee. Everyone is soul. You have to give respect to everyone. Even if we don't have power to give respect to others, then why we create problem for others? Devotee is not a so easy thing. Prabhupada sometimes say, devotee is not a so easy thing. Sometimes say very easy, but sometimes if you calculate all these things to become a pakka devotee, we should not. Okay, we are devotee. We are getting some pleasure. We are not like suffering like karmi people. So with this intoxication, we can create problem for others. We can use harsh words. We can see always karmic people in a lower vision. Oh, they are just eating wheat. Okay, before we are also doing something. Now we are devotee. We should not see others always in a lower vision. Always calculate them in a lower vision. Always underestimate them. This is proper word. Underestimate always. Therefore, this is one type of intoxication. So as a result, you will just lose bhakti. Yes. Therefore, when we are devotee, we have to be very cautious, because devotee means anyhow, when we are chanting, when we are serving, means some arrangement will come by Guru Krishna's mercy, by Guru Krishna's mercy, some arrangement will come for you. And this is Guru Krishna's mercy. Out of Guru Krishna's mercy, we have some arrangement, we have some pleasure. But if you intoxicate outside, then we will face problem. What is that problem? He said, Atma Vismruti. Lastly, you become so puffed up. You just even you lose Atma Jnana. I am soul. No. When someone demanding respect, when someone interrupt by pratishtha, like name and prestige adoration, he's in bodily consciousness of life. He's in bodily consciousness. Respect for body or respect for soul? We want respect. The respect for body or respect for soul? We never, oh, he disrespected me, he chastised me. But actually, to whom he chastising? To whom he chastising? To body or soul? If he chastising body, there is no problem, because body is always dead. And if he chastise soul, it is not possible, because soul is pure. So this is Bhagavad standard. Nindanam, dosa kirtanam, satkaram, netkararthe kalaivaram, pradhana purusoya rajan, avivekana kalpitaha. At the 7th canto, Narada Muni said to Yudhishthira Maharaj, because Yudhishthira Maharaj asked this question, how it is possible this is Shishupal, from childhood he was always used to criticize Krishna, but how Krishna gives liberation? He was criticizing Krishna. And for this critic, Narada Muni said, no, Nindanam, Stava, Kirtanam, you are praising someone, you are criticizing someone. Satkara, Nyatkara things, sometimes giving respect, sometimes not giving respect. This is Kalevara for this body. And Pradhana Purusha Radhan Abhivekana Kalpita. This is coming from this Maya, mood of nature. This is Abhivek. Like you see in case of Bharat Maharaj, when people are saying anything, he is mad, throwing dolls, playing, children are playing. Even with Sukhdeva some children are following and teaching him. They don't care. One who is always calculating about prestige, about honor and dishonor, actually, these are not advanced. These are not advanced. And it will come. And how to counteract it? When honor will come, dishonor will come. It is my karma. I have to tolerate. But be sure it will come. However advanced may be. People are still criticizing Ram and Krishna. People will criticize us. It's not a big thing. But we should not keep all these things in mind. And if you always, with all these things, then this indicates this is bodily conception of our life. The bodily conception of life. We are more conditioned. Like Gurudeva said, when Gurudeva was there, one our Swayam Maharaj, later he was at that time Swayam Prabhu, Gurudeva's disciple. Because he had less tolerance power. He used to say, Gurudeva, I cannot tolerate, I cannot stay in ashram with all these devotees. Gurudeva said, hey, Swayambhu, you have to tolerate. People kicked me. Even one of Gurudeva's god brother, he kicked Gurudeva. But still Gurudeva said, no, even my god brother, I have to tolerate because I have to complete this project. One god brother was there, Gurudeva's god brother, his proper disciple. He said, oh, you are a dog, or Indians, you Indian dog. He said to Gurudeva like that. But still Gurudeva said, yes. You are my god brother, okay. And Gurudeva always used to give this example. You see, I tolerate these things. Now Krishna arranges everything. Unless you tolerate, you cannot get anything. Respect will come, disrespect will come, honor, dishonor, people will worship you, people will criticize you. This material world means duality is there. You should not disturb. That is our teachings. What is spiritual life? Spiritual life means we have to make an equilibrium, understand? Like equality, equal mentality. It will come, be sure. Now people are criticizing you, time will come, you will criticize someone. This is material platform. When you will be in mood of ignorance or passion, you will criticize someone. This is common. We should not intoxicated with all these feelings. Oh, he said like that, he said like that. Okay, he said. There is just saying, you see how powerful this mood of nature. When someone is speaking, it is only air. The air creating such a vibration in our heart, oh, like it just smashing our body. He's not killing. If someone is saying something, we feel like, oh, he's just killing me. I will die. He's not killing. Only some sound vibration is coming and it creates such a feeling. This is our bodily conception of life. This is bodily concept. Yes. So this 14th is when someone used to perform Krishna bhajan, he used to get some pleasure. But he should not be diluted with these pleasures. I'm confused with these pleasures. So I am qualified, I'm just getting all these pleasures. Krishna is giving me, Guru is helping me. Then with this intersected mood, then this is like he's drinking wine and he just lose all his good qualities. This is not good. Yes. So therefore, our procedure is even, by Guru and Krishna's mercy, we are achieving some pleasure. Still, we are sharing it. We are sharing it. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when pujaris in Puri, they used to give some special gift. Mahaprabhu used to share to Haridas Thakur, to Sanatana Goswami, to different devotees. Therefore, even when we are accepting some prasadam, even Karami people, what to speak of devotees? Even when our mother, father, they used to go to Puri, they fed prasadam. At that time, prasadam was very small, not like now they're doing all this business. At that time, original prasadam. Now they're doing the business, okay. Many people are coming, they are outside, they are cooking, they are suffering. They are offering. But before actually they offer to Jagannath in inside temple, they brought such small prasadam, so sweet and so this fragrance, so nice. But they brought prasadam for whole village. Because they went to Puri, they have to give some prasadam. Even Karmi people, when they have some service, they're working in outside. When they are returning to the village, they have to bring some biscuits, some chocolates for the wives. Karmi people sharing their happiness. But we are spiritual persons. We must have friends. So we have to make friendship with devotees and always sharing our happiness, so that we will not feel proud. We will not feel proud. This is not our parampara. Selfishness is not our parampara. Rather, always dedication, always help to others, sharing our feelings, sharing our willings, sharing our happiness. These are our ambition. We are not selfish. We always want to share our feelings, willings, happiness. These are our ambitions. Okay, 16. Pratishtha parato bhakti chalena bhova kamana shankha chodaiti prokta surasa pratibandhaka. This topic again. The shankha choda who came. That problem in rasa dance. The Krishna is killed shankha choda. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur compared the shankha choda as pratishtha parata. Always very, we have like always intense desire for name, fame, prestige, and adoration. Intense desire. They're performing any activities only for name, fame, prestige, and adoration. Krishna. This is not this is like shankha choda. We are performing some service, but service should not mix with name, fame, prestige. The word is service, and we are servant. When servant and service, this word is there. Where is question of aspiring some position? Servant is always servant. Even if sometimes we are saying good servant, even you add good servant or best servant, which his position is servant. He may be best servant, but still he is servant. How can a best servant say, okay, man, a owner should give me award, like best award. He should give me like how can I say, adoration. Name, I mean, you are servant. Your position is a servant. When your position is servant, always stay in your position. In Korea, they used to they always used to, when they're quarreling, they used to say this thing. Suppose a poor man is fighting, a poor man is just arguing with a rich man. or some uneducated person is arguing with the educated person. He used to say, hey, stay in your position. This is in Orissa they say, stay in your position. Because you are poor, you cannot talk. You are uneducated. You are speaking now, you are challenging, but stay in your position. So we have to stay in our position. Our position is Krishna Das, or Guru Das, Vaishnav Das. We are Das, we are servant. Even we are best servant, still we are servant. Yeah. In airport, I saw the sweepers, you know. Whenever I sit, I saw what they are doing. There are so many sincere sweepers are there. I used to stop. Even there is little dust, they saw, immediately they're cleaning, collecting. But still they're sweeper. They never aspiring such prestige from public. Everyone should award me as best sweeper. They never aspiring such things. Therefore, I used to say, when we are karmi, we never want such prestige. But once you become devotee, we are very worried about our prestige. Once you become worried, this is Maya. Prestige, okay, honor and dishonor. We are giving honor and dishonor to whom? First, you have to consider. If someone is criticizing you, someone is just saying something you, according to Tattva, there is no loss. If suppose someone is criticizing you, so you are not losing your weight, you are not losing your form. There is no loss of your body and also soul. If someone is criticizing you, so it not affect to soul, only mind is getting power. Everything is coming from mind. Therefore, it is called, which is samsara, which is actually this material world, this mind. Mind is the cause of all problems. He is thinking, honoring, dishonoring. But who is dishonoring and honoring? Is honoring and dishonoring to body, not to soul. But body is dead, mind is enjoying. But we know these things. So therefore, the Sankhachura, Pratishtha Parayanata, always hankering for name and prestige in the address, always hankering, fighting, dissent. Mostly in Vaishnavism, Kali enter for these things. Why Kali enter? Why fighting? Why disagreement? Only for this prestige. Whenever you see some disagreement is there, only for name, prestige, and address. And that is the place of Kali. Yeah, when I was like Brahmachari, I went to Navadip. There was a very senior old Babaji. Like good Vaishnav, not Babaji or Vaishnav. He was Brahmachari. From childhood, from 8-year-old, he was from Orissa. He went to Navadip. He was staying there. He informed me, he just at that time he narrated one story. He said, this is not in Shastra, but from Parampara we hear. So when Mahaprabhu was performing Sankirtan, when Mahaprabhu was performing Kirtan in Siva Sangam, Kali came in form of Vaishnav. Kali assuming form of Vaishnav and enter there. And when Kali entered there, Mahaprabhu immediately recognized. He's not pure Vaishnav. He's looks like different. He's Kali. Mahaprabhu said, who are you? He said, I am Kali, the king. You gave me this place. But Mahaprabhu, you are performing Prem Nam Sankirtan, pure name. And your followers are hearing. And they will distribute this name. They will initiate others through this Prem Nam, because Prem Nam is coming from your mouth. And it will just purify everyone. Then how it is possible that I will become king? Because I am Kali. Parikshit Maharaj, and yourself also allow me. to become king, but this is not possible. It looks like it is not possible for me to rule over here. Then Mahaprabhu said, no. Even I am just performing Premnam Sankirtan, and also my followers are hearing, they will initiate, but still, Kali, be sure, still place is there. In Vaishnavism, still there is place for Kali. What is that place? Where is that place? And Mahaprabhu said, even someone is initiated, someone is Vaishnava, but he is always hankering for name, fame, prestige, and adoration. You should stay with him. Therefore, this problem is there. Always you see disagreement, fightings, all these things coming due to this name, fame, prestige, and adoration. This is like Sankhachuda. Yes. And another thing is there. Sankhachuda, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, the name, fame, prestige, adoration, this is a hindrance, this is compared to Sankhachuda. And another also compared to Sankhachuda, they're like Chalana. Chalana means I can say, like pujing, acting, you can say, pujing. This is not good. This is a depreciation. When we are pujing something, we are showing something, actually we are cheating Krishna. We are cheating Guru. We are not in that position, but we are showing these things. Honestly, we have to present in front of Guru and Krishna. This is my position. You just take care of me. You just give me shelter. But we should not act in such a way, like in such a way. Though I am a devotee, I am like that, I am like that. This is Sankhachuda mentality. To want to become great and to cheat Krishna. That is cheating Krishna. Posing something, what is Damba actually? This is this pride. What is the real definition of pride? This is pride. You are not in that position, but you are showing to others that I am in that position. These are the hindrances. These are the hindrances. This is 16. Or maybe more 2, 4, 5 verses are there. In the next section we'll discuss. Also we'll continue, I think. And if there are any commentaries, then we'll continue. Madhurya Kadambini, this is very good. Commentaries are there. Vishwanath Thakur mentioned so nicely. In which level we are, we can understand also, we can pray. It's very good. We have to finish more. 4, 5 verses are there. So now this is time for question and answer. So everybody can ask some questions. Yes.
So please, if you want to ask a question, you can now put your question in the chat section. Is there anyone who wants to ask a question? So for now, no questions, Guru Maharaj.
No question?
No questions.
Why? That means no one is hearing. Or everyone is able to understand everything. Eh? That means no one have unearthed. At least Gurudeva is serving me. I am associating with devotees. They have no unearths. Eh? This is good. Yeah, they all are Gurudev's man. No problem.
I have one question, Guru Maharaj.
Okay.
Gurudeva.
Srikant have no question. How? Is it possible for Srikant? Srikant have no question. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you ask.
So Gurudeva, in one of his quotes, he was saying that when you chant pure name, you'll be able to tolerate all the negative things which will come to you, like all the obstacles, all the setbacks. So when you chant the pure name, you will get the strength to tolerate all the difficulties which are coming to you. Isn't it like, so by the mercy of the holy name, you will be able to tolerate all the all the obstacles, all the negativities. So when this will happen, by the power of the holy name, you'll be able to you will be able to tolerate everything. Is it like
Yes.
this? So when
Like
the
like you can see in case of Haridas Thakur. Even Muslims are beating him, his body is totally like finished. But still he is praying for their well-beings. Please just excuse them, Krishna, excuse them. But actually, it is not easy. Like Gurudev said, I used to say, in which platform Guru or like Krishna, they will speak according to their level. This is Siddhanta. When you chant pure name, you can tolerate everything. But another, okay, if we are unable to chant pure name, still we have to survive. Unless we tolerate, we cannot survive. The material world is such a place, unless you tolerate, in material life, in spiritual life, you cannot survive. You cannot get success. So, okay, up to pure name, up to that stage, how to tolerate? If you tolerate, then you can chant. And if you chant, then you will tolerate. If you chant pure name, then you can tolerate everything. But at least to chant pure name, we have to tolerate. So where will you get this name?
on which stage you can like tolerate? What is the stage of this? I suppose this is a stage of
beginning stage. We have to pray to Guru. Sakala sahane bala diya karo nijo mane spruha hina. Just give me strength. I can tolerate everything, and I can give respect to all Vaishnavas. Practical philosophy is there. You can say, okay, this level you can tolerate, this level you can tolerate. Philosophy is different, but practical application is very difficult. You can speak philosophy, but how to achieve that stage? Therefore, our acharyas are very, like Bhakti Thakur. They want to give us essence. Someone is giving you, like butter. It's directly giving you ghee. So ghee is there, means you already churning, boiling milk, turns to yogurt, churning, bring out butter, boil, and is giving us ghee. Like someone is just serving you cooking food. You already buy, cook, prepare everything, just serving us. Acharyas, they're just giving us cooking food. They're just giving us ghee. Although philosophy is there, philosophy is always, why Acharya is always stressing on philosophy, because this is a parampara system. This is not for a particular person. It will stay for yugas and yugas, for many yugas. But very practical things. How much you tolerate? Gurudev said once in Vaya Pravachan, how can you tolerate? More according to your bhajan, you can tolerate. You can only increase your tolerance power if you increase your bhajan, your chanting. Okay, when my chanting is not perfect, then how can I tolerate? So when I am unable to chant, just for chanting I have to tolerate. So where I will get this strength? Therefore we have to pray to Guru. Acharyas. Sakala sahane bala diya karo. Nijo mane spuhahi. You just have mercy. I don't want any respect, but I can tolerate and I can give respect to others. So everything comes by praying to Acharyas. Okay?
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Yes.
Okay.
So, sometimes I think it's a little bit like difficult to understand. Like first we have to tolerate. We cannot react. We cannot like tolerate. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to understand. Like some certain situations are there. It feels like we have to react to protect ourselves also a little bit. But on the other side, there is like this tolerating. We should just not be reacting to situations. So
You see, everyone, you are tolerating, therefore you are doing your job. You are tolerating, therefore you are with your wife. Even some agitation is there, some reaction is there, still tolerance is there. Once you become, who said, this is Gurudeva said, this is Bhakti Thakur said. When someone is intolerable, how come say?
Intolerant.
Unable to tolerate means he don't have faith on Krishna, or he's not chanting, or he's not doing his nice bhajan. Because Krishna is not giving power totally. But still we have to think we are a conditioned soul. But such case is coming where it is very difficult to control or very difficult to tolerate. So what to do? So that time we have to think, no, this is my karma phala. I have to tolerate. There is no other way. But only to balance this mind, we have to pray. We have to pray to Guru. You don't think we are staying in Krishna consciousness 25 years. How much you tolerate? If you calculate all these things, how much problems came in our life? One day, if you calculate all these things, you say, no, I will not stay in ashram. But only one thing you have to remind, whatever problem will come, whatever situation will come, if you continue your service, then only by service and by bhajan's influence, you forget all these things. Again, some problem will come. Again, you continue your service. You tolerate. Then again, whole life, because this is Krishna's test. Unless for a conditioned soul, unless some problem will come, he will not become humble. He will not become humble. Naturally, we are not humble. Therefore, Krishna is punishing in any way. By criticism, he may punish, or anyway, he has power to punish us. Yeah. So nothing is there. You are not involved. You know, sometimes you are not involved with anything, so people are blaming you. You have to tolerate. In my case, I many times I saw. What is Krishna? We are not involved in anything. Totally you are silent. Even we don't know what is this case, but still your name will come. Oh, Maharaj said like that, then he said like that. You will say. But if you deeply think all these things, then you become impatient. No. Okay, this is my karma. Maybe Krishna is just testing me or putting me in test. There is no other way than to tolerate. And this is our karma. Only we have to aspire when that day will come. Sadhguru will accept me and they will arrange something for me.
Like you were saying in the lecture, like honor and dishonor will surely come. Like this dishonor, this will surely come. Sometimes what I see, Guru Maharaj, that this dishonor will come. Like what you don't like, this will come. Like this will come. This will touch your ego. So I'm thinking, Krishna will give the strength so you can tolerate this thing. But what I see in my practical experience, Krishna will give you this dishonor, which you are like fearing a little bit, like that thing you don't want. This is what you will get. So, so this will only touch the ego, like, but because it's like what you don't want, you get. But so this, I think, is a little bit difficult to how do you say, to digest, like this tolerating this, because
life is just like a prickle, you know. Prickle in India there is prickle, two type of prickle. In some prickle like chutney. Chutney means their chili is there and sugar is there. Then it tasty. Life is like that. Life is like that. Appreciation is just like sugar, and someone disrespecting it's just like chili. Then this is taste. This is taste of life. Yeah. Always, if you always get respect, then you will always become popular. Ego will come. Therefore, Krishna is sometimes giving this chili. Someone disrespect you. Therefore, always you can find some enemies there. Everyone's, even Krishna's. This is Krishna's arrangement, so that you will become naturally humble. Otherwise, you will not care anyone.
So can we say this tolerating, this will give pleasure to Guru and Krishna? Like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we, during all this.
Yeah, unless we tolerate, we cannot serve. We cannot do bhajan. Gurudeva used to say. Gurudeva used to say, always used to say, unless you tolerate, you cannot serve Guru. Unless you tolerate, you cannot do your bhajan. All acharyas, Gurudeva, Prabhupada, all acharyas, please tolerate so much. And they tolerate this power. To tolerate this power will come from Guru. No, Krishna's service, Krishna's bhajan, Guru's seva. Okay, Rishi Kumar,
Yes,
Prabhu.
yes.
Rishi Kumar.
I have to unmute. Let me first unmute. I do this. Where is this? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
बोलिए
Maharaj, we see that you have learned so many books of acharyas, and time and again I have seen you always quoting two acharyas prominently, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan. And you mentioned many times that you like very much the contributions of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur because he's always taking the side of devotees. So Maharaj wanted to know whether Gurudev, Srila Gaur Gobind Swami Srila Gurudev, whether any acharya he has specific any respect or honor or liking. Obviously, they are beyond these things, but still they may have some liking. So whether can we know?
Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He's always singing Bhaktivinoda Thakur song, always liking Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Always, whenever he used to say Bhaktivinoda Thakur, always the seventh Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And his body, when Gurudeva was in bare body, you can see his body is just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. When Gurudeva used to wear gamcha and used to go to bathroom, only you can, at that time you can see. Gurudeva changing whole, whenever he used to go to bathroom, for passing urine, even for passing urine, change everything. Yogapata, other things, not only wearing gamcha. At that time you can see his body is just like molten gold, many pious, you can say, black spots. You cannot compare pious like in India they used to say. And his body total like his belly, his like this chest. It's like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, when open body, he used to write this. Gurudeva's body is also like that. And his favorite acharya is Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Always he said about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Yes. But his nature is like Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. His nature is like Prabhupada used to say, my Gurudeva is very strict, but Bhaktivinoda Thakur is very liberal. He said, my Gurudeva, he said, none of you are fit for my Gurudeva's disciple. And sometimes Prabhupada said, I don't preach these things, but I am speaking about my Gurudev. My Gurudev sometimes criticizing Bhaktivinoda Thakur because he is married twice. My Guru is so strict. Even he criticizes his father. He's a Mahajan, he said. Why you married 2 times? They get married 100 times. They are Mahajans. But he said, he's so strict. My Guru is so strict. He used to say to my Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Stri Sangi. I was hearing in one lecture, Prabhupada saying, don't preach these things. But my Guru is very strict. Prabhupada said, very strict. Even he criticizes Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is Mahajan. He's a Manjari. He's Manjari. But Acharya Leela, he married twice. Therefore he said, no, why you married twice? So Gurudev's nature is just like Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur's nature. Non-compromise nature. Different man of Vaikuntha, spiritual world. And one thing in my, I am not qualified to become his disciple, but one thing I just, from my joining time up to 96, within 4 years, 92 to 96. Within 4 years, I marked Gurudev's one thing: no material plan, no material project. Never discuss with any disciple, with anyone about material plan, only Prabhupada. And my Gurudev said, Krishna, Gopal. Always depend. Always Gurudev said, depend on Gopal. Pray to Krishna. Therefore, this is the significance. Whenever I travel, I just talk with seniors, I am always reminding this. Because everyone have their plan. They have their plan. There's some project, I have to do this thing, that make some plan. Nothing. Always depend. Even, some devotees advice. And there's a scene. Influence also Gurudev develop interest. Open a university for the college student to read Sanskrit and Vaishnava literatures. Land already, they already applied to government and based on process, the government is ready to give land. The Guru said, yes, we have to open some university so that devotees can read Vaishnava literatures. Everything is fixed. At that time, the devotees involved in that project, they have some disagreement. And Gurudev came to know about this disagreement. Then immediately Gurudev said, okay, stop. Now just stand process, but whether we open university or not, I have to pray to Gopal. I have to pray to Gopal. Then Gurudev just said to the devotees, give me time. After 2 days, he just called the devotee, said no. Gopal said no. Then no need of university. Stop it. But this devotee is unable to understand. Before Gurudev said, but why Pranam said, Gopal said no, I will do it. Then he consulted with another GVC, other things. But Gurudev said, when this Jiva is concerned with Gurudev, Gurudev said, no, because this is not my desire. Before I desire, and devotees give me some inspiration, but I want confirmation from Gopal. Why? Because when I saw some conflict, I prayed to Gopal. Gopal, why if it is your desire, why conflict is coming? Whether this is my desire or this is your desire. This is Gurudev's life. With everything, he always used to say, no, I have to pray to Gopal. Always depend on Guru and Krishna. So this is our life. Gurudev's favorite Vaishnava, always, all songs, all pravachans, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, real life, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And his favorite topic is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Although he used to speak Bhagavatam, but this Bhagavatam is full of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu. always from Bhagavatam, he used to bring to prove Bhagavatam Siddhantas, Chaitanya Charitamrita. He liked Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes. Okay.
We have one more question, Guru Maharaj, from Joshua Kapoor. He is asking, Maharaj, the mind is easily distracted while chanting. What to do? Within a very short amount of time, the mind is going on its own trip.
I'm not understanding. Just read slowly.
He is asking, Maharaj, the mind is easily distracted while chanting. What to do? Within a very short amount of time, the mind is going on its own trip.
When we have, there is many factors, but when we have overburden, this is another point. Now everyone have overburden. Even students, they are studying, their course is heavy, they have to go far distance, they have to study, they have to coaching. So many problems. When you are in stress, overburden, So always you want to how to chant finish immediately. You can't focus because some task is there, overload is there. And second thing, if you're not chanting in proper time, like morning time, this will distract our mind. And third thing, addiction. Addiction means addiction with habits, any sort of habits, like eating or this watching mobile. If some particular addiction is there, test is there, you cannot chant. You have to finish and go to that addiction. That is also another. Who can chant actually sincerely? Who have this feeling that holy name will solve all my problems? Holy name is everything. Only he can chant. Otherwise, this is not a, like some artificial process is there so that we can balance our mind, we can chant. No. This is balance to our mind. Holy name will solve all my problems, and holy name is self-sufficient to give everything, material and spiritual. So like when someone is calculating dollar or rupiah, money, he is just calculating carelessly. No, very sincerely, because he knows this value. He knows this value. If you know this glory of holy name, then how can you become not become serious? But sometimes, practically now, everyone is overburdened. Staying in city or working very hardly, or with students, their heavy course. So, for the time being, it may distract their mind. But we have to understand holy name is everything. It's my prime duty. Therefore, we have to chant dear Tulsi Maharani in front of deities or in front of deities' pictures, within the temple, in one place. Then slowly you can control. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Guru Maharaj. There is one more question. Do we still have time?
Yeah. Up to 10 minutes.
Victoria Mataji, she is asking the question, can we develop a relationship or have some kind of connection with Srila Prabhupada or Srila Gurudeva?
Yeah.
Can we develop a relationship or have some kind of connection with Srila Prabhupada or Srila Gurudeva?
Yeah. If someone have faith towards Parampara Acharyas, they have real faith, suppose will give, I want to say, Jesus connects. The person will connect. There's no doubt. Previous Acharyas, even they are not present here. But for a direct, applicable for the, like, I want to say, applying their teachings in practical life, you can connect with them. If you pray sincerely, if you like these Vaishnavas, if you have a like loving mood, you feel some connections. But practically applying their teachings in your life, some habit is required. Like Gurudeva said, Prabhupada said everything, but you want to understand Prabhupada's teachings. So the Prabhupada disciples, because they have like direct contact. They have this soft, how can you say that, Prabhupada's feelings, Prabhupada's service, practically. So, according to our Parampara system, we want to connect with previous acharyas to present acharyas. But feeling and like liking some connections, we can feel according to our loving mood. But practically applying their teachings and to connect with their teachings, performance service. We want a lover of present. In present situation, we want a lover of Prabhupada, lover of Gurudev. Then we can feel the connections. Okay.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
No more questions, I think. No, there are no more questions.
Okay, Leela Manjari, how about Krishna Priya is there? Achita is okay? Okay. Our Amyo Nimai, sorry, Nimai Sundar? Oh.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Nimai Sundar, Hari Priya, they're okay?
Yes, I just called them like yesterday, talk something.
They can't understand English.
Yes, they can.
No, I was thinking today about them, about English and devotees. These recordings we should collect from our Yatish. You should speak.
Yes. Yes.
Our another class like this class or other class. So they can. You should speak to them in Bhasa.
Yes. Yes, Guru Maharaj. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. So everything is okay, Bali?
Yes, by your blessing, everything is okay, Guru Maharaj. Yeah, we are all like good, cooperating each other by your blessing.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I'll come soon to Bali. I like Bali because no visa. What visa? I don't have to, for other country, you have to go to Calcutta, you have to apply visa within the Karmi people, you have to, boys, girls, gold bands. This is applying visa is very difficult, but Bali is good. You can go there, you can get spot visa. Devotees are simple, village area. So I think I will go to different islands. Let's see. I like simple persons. Because I am not elevated Vaishnava like Gurudeva. So I like simple. If they're simple, I don't have to speak so many tattva. I have to work like a farmer, then good. Simple there. Good. I like Bali devotees. They're very simple. Gurudeva said they are natural Vaishnavas. Actually, I'm judging these things. They have good qualities. Even now, this Kali Yuga, still they have good qualities. Kujmara disciple maybe, they are good. There are natural, this is called their natural born qualities. So, okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, so Sumukhi is there. Sumukhi. Okay. Okay, Jatish. No question, huh?
No question, Guru Maharaj.
Okay. Srikant don't have question, huh? How it is possible?
I think today he don't have question.
No, he have question, but because if you will ask always, it will be bad. Because I am always saying question bad.
I'm completely happy. The main thing, tolerance question was discussed. It was again a nourishment for me, and actually I was very ecstatic to see you again. I was very eagerly waiting for your association online in this Zoom meeting. I was feeling especially like that point of Gurudev liking Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and his body is exactly like Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
It's like that. Yeah. And you know, like Bhakti Vinod Thakur appearance and disappearance, Gurudev was very different. And especially glorifying in different way. And usually in evening he used to give class. Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Every time he used to give Bhakti Vinod Thakur's appearance and disappearance. Even going to West, whenever appearance and disappearance, he used to speak about Bhakti Vinod Thakur's appearance and disappearance. And whenever he used to give example. He always said, who said these things? When there was a big controversy within some tattvas, I have this letter. I have this letter by Gurudev's blessings. Although at that time I'm new devotee, I don't know anything. But I like Gurudev's sign, Gurudev God Govind Swami, how Gurudev just signed me. So I think at least I have to keep this one. Because I was staying outside, I was just moving outside. The servant, he just cleaned the room and he threw one letter. Gurudev sent this letter in fax to GBC, special to Bhakti Swami Maharaj. About Jiva Tattva. About Jiva Tattva. And I find out this letter. What is that? At that time, what is Jiva Tattva? What Tattva? I don't know any Tattva. I know only Gurudev. But I like Gurudev's sign, God Govind Swami. I said, at least for this sign, I'll have to keep these things. I took it. At that time, I don't have any bag. I don't have anything. With the apple box, with the apple, in market they're selling apples with some boxes. I'm keeping all my stocks with this apple box. So I keep this letter, but still this letter is with me. Whenever Jiva Tattva comes, whether Jiva falls from Vaikuntha or not, Gurudev, there he mentioned about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Gurudev said, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, there are two types of jivas, Nitya Baddha, and three types of jivas, Nitya Baddha, Nitya Mukta, and another is Baddha Mukta. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said about three. He never said about four. Mukta Baddha. You understand? Like Nitya Muktas, they are in Golak or Vaikuntha. Nitya Baddhas, we are Nitya Baddhas. But that type of jivas, Baddha Muktas, like we are Baddha jivas, if we perform bhakti, then we become liberated. But never in any shastra, none of Acharya said about Mukta Baddha. Before they are liberated, now they are in condition state. And this letter is with me. How Gurudev explained everything to teacher Maharaj about Jiva Tattva. Still this letter is with me. I keep these things. And there Gurudev how repeatedly saying about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, our Acharya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. Gurudev always used to say, our Acharya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said. And especially Gurudev like Bhaktivinoda Thakur songs.
Yes.
And he's very fond of Acharyas. Always, Gurudev very disturbed. Whenever someone says something about, in conclusion, he said something against of Acharyas, Gurudev very disturbed. What happened? In GBC, there was some discussion was going there, and Gurudev referred about Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Gurudev give a reference about Bhaktivinoda Thakur's books. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said this thing. This thing. Actually, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the latrist, you can say, commentator and very like taking side of bhakti, always stress on bhakti. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually very powerful. Especially, he is very merciful for two things. One thing, he elaborately discussed the condition of his soul, a condition jiva, Baddha jivas. How this condition should fall down and how he entered by Maya, how he is suffering, how by sadhusanga. It describes so nicely. None of Acharyas describing a jiva tattva like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And second thing, Srila. How a conditioned soul can pray nicely, surrender at lotus feet of Guru and Krishna. He describes so nicely. Therefore, Gurudev always like Bhaktivinoda Thakur statements. Nicely. Most of his Oriya pravachans, I am preparing these quotes. Most of these quotes from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Most of the quotes from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Oriya quotes. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So now it is 9.
Yes, thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Heavy rain is going on. Maybe next time we'll continue these things. We'll finish these things and we'll start from Madhurji Kadambari with commentaries. Vishwanath Chakravarti, several commentaries. So thank you.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Srila Gurudeva ki jai, Gaur Nityananda Mahadev ki jai, Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Srila Gurudeva ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Gaur Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Dandavad.
Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Gurudeva.
Guru Maharaj ki jai.